What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Kwanzi back at it again with another video. Yes, you have read the title. This is not clickbait. This is a legitimate business opportunity, and I wanted to share that with you guys. So let's get into it. So, with me being a broadcast journalism major at UNLV, obviously I'm going to be looking for business opportunities and movements and even possibly internships while I'm in school. I personally feel like you shouldn't wait until you hit the real world of graduation and then start looking for, how to actually, go with the flow with this real world thing. I personally feel like, with me being a sophomore in college, I should be focusing on that now. So I already know what's going on, when I get into my profession. So when Allegiant Stadium announced that the Las Vegas Raiders are welcoming new future employees to their home, I was astounded, and I was just full of surprises on, this possible great opportunity. So when I heard about the opportunity, I looked more into it. It seems like all positions, or mostly all positions that I was interested for, are part-time. So that works out perfectly. So I can still go to school and I can still work for the Raiders. So with me being hyped, I'm about to kill this application. I'm also nervous. So when I looked at all the positions to apply for, the one that really caught my eye was the media freelance position. I'm like, this is for me. So as I'm going through the application, I come across the question, do you have a journalism degree? No, I do not, but that's what I'm going to school for. So it just makes sense. Obviously I'm applying to the right position, but I don't know if you guys know the workforce like that, but when you're going through like the little questionnaire in the applications, the system automatically renders, who's a possible candidate and who's just somebody just to look past without even, going further into the application. So I finished the application, and not even 15 minutes later, I got the unfortunate email saying, unfortunately, we're going to look towards other candidates because my background doesn't fit the description. My confidence went super low, but I didn't give up. So when you first apply to the freelance media position, when you click on it, so it's just like huge categories, like real broad. And when you click on it, they break down to different positions. You got the videographer, you got the freelance media position, you got the photographer, you got the ticket holders. So what I applied for was the freelance. Let's get that out there. But in the other categories, I seen something new called game day representative. It didn't really have a huge description of what was going on, but it looked like it was perfect for me. Like I said, it's in the freelance media position, which is already a plus for me. And now the fact that it says I'm going to be right where the action is, it's not really a huge description, but it says I'm going to be right where the action is. So I applied to that position and asked me, the questions were different, obviously, because it's a different position. One of the questions that really caught my attention was, do I have experience in public speaking? Of course I do. I was an announcer in my high school career. I have nothing but retail experience. So obviously I fit the description a whole lot better. When I finished the application, things turned out a little bit different. I did not get that unfortunate email. So I'm like, okay, cool. Confidence rose a whole lot higher. But I didn't finish there. I seen another category, not just in the freelance media position, but also the merchandise store. So when you click on that, obviously you need retail experience, which is all I'm about. All I worked at is Vans, Ralph Lauren. My dad's an entrepreneur, so obviously I have that position in the bag. So I also applied to that position, as my safety net, just in case if unfortunately I didn't get the game day representative job, at least I can still get my foot in the door and they know my beautiful face, and I'll be working in the merchandise store until I get to where I need to be. So I finished both applications. I'm super excited. I'm letting everybody know what's going on. The dopest thing about that application was out of all the applications I've applied for, I never had video, or I never had to answer questions that were in a video form. Like they had questions where I had to type, and then there were questions that I had to, record, think about what I'm gonna say, and say it. I looked very professional. I answered every single question to the best of my ability, as you should. And also I just looked super excited, like I came with the, with the YouTube mentality, if anything, if that's what you want to call it. About a week goes by. First thing that blings on my phone is Allegiant Stadium. So first I'm just like, man, it better not be an upsetting email. But then I open it. Hey Jaquan, great news. We have received your Allegiant Stadium application responses and we are moving forward. Okay. So I'm getting there. In the beginning, I was super excited, but also let me remind you, in the application process, I applied under 2 different positions under 2 different emails. So with the excitement there, also have to make sure that I'm getting an interview for the position that I actually want, which is the game day representative. But at the end of the day, I'm still excited to work for the Raiders. Further along in the email, they asked me to set a time and a date, and obviously I'm gonna pick the first one available. It was about 3 to 4 days later, so I didn't know exactly what to wear because the interview was video chat. As the days narrowed down as to what I'm gonna wear, I just decided just to go to my nearest sports store and pick up. Yes, you see it? Raider Nation Las Vegas. I didn't know what exactly to wear, so I just thought I'd pick up something, that represents, the team I plan on working for later this year. Plus the shirt is kind of comfortable, so had to. So when the interview gets here, I'm overthinking about this entire thing. I'm super nervous. I feel like out of all of my job interviews, I have to say that this one was the most important to me because this is a great opportunity. This could be something, something so small that could be something even bigger than I could ever imagine. This could be huge. And they sent me a link about 10 to 15 minutes before the official interview. So I joined early as can be. I'm sitting there waiting, and somebody else ends up joining the intercom. I'm talking to this person and I'm thinking that this is the interviewer, and then come to find out she's actually applying for the position as well. So, and then crazy thing is somebody else ended up joining. So this came to my attention that this is a group interview, which is, I'm okay with that. But my confidence did go a little bit lower again, like the stocks. So one person I was in competition with, she was actually an alumni that just graduated UNLV. So in my mind, I was just thinking that maybe they're going to pick her over me because she already has a degree. She has a lot more time on her hands. It looks like she's a little bit more professional because, like I said, she has a degree. And the other person was even more like abroad, like she was already a game day representative back at the stadium in Oakland where they originally came from. I'm just sitting there like, man, when this interviewer gets here, I have to bring my A game. I have to build a great connection like I always do with all my other interviewers. And that's my game plan to get this job. So when the interviewer finally gets here, first thing I say, man, I didn't know what to wear for this interview, so I thought I'd just pick up this shirt right here. He laughs. Everybody laughs. And he says, well, you can't go wrong with the default attire, but I do like to see the black and silver. He said something like that. Anyways, so as the interview goes on and on, I could just, see that connection between me, the interviewer, and I'm making conversations with everybody else. As I said before, the individual that has worked this job before, I just had a couple questions for her because the description wasn't, detailed. So she was just telling me that a game day representative, we're we're on the field like hours before kickoff. We're making sure everybody has a wristband on their hand. So it kind of sounds like we're like the behind the scenes crew, but we get to be on the field right there next to the players, right there, So I'm expecting that later this year, but due to COVID, I don't know what exactly is going to happen, unfortunately. As the interview does go by, things conclude perfectly. I couldn't ask for a better interview. But the $1 million question is there going to be a season? Because it looks like if there's not any fans, or if there's not, going to be a bunch of people, it looks like the only people that need to be there, like the refs, the players, the coaches, the broadcast, just the major positions that need to be there for the stadium to even, function. So 15 minutes after the interview, I get another email. The email is coming from the second application that I applied for, which is the merchandise store. They just like the game day representative job, they told me to pick a date and time, which I did. That interview went amazing as well. It was more of a one-on-one. Apparently it's the store called the Raider Image. We actually have one in California, about a mall 30 minutes away from where I reside. Actually, I'm more excited. Honestly, I'm more excited for the Raider Image inside the stadium than the one inside the mall. Obviously, it's going to be more advanced, new technology, and they're not even accepting cash, which I think is pretty cool and pretty convenient. But anyways, I told them what my intentions were when I first applied to the Legion Stadium. No matter how bad you think it is, honesty is always key, especially when it comes to business. So I tell the interviewer that I originally applied to the game day representative, but if all this fails, I will give the Raider Image 110% of my effort to work there. Obviously, game day representative is obviously game day. So even when season ends, that job will still be waiting on me. So it seems like, you know, he understood what my connection was, and that's just all that I wanted. So my heart was super humble about that. But that interview went amazing as well. About another couple weeks go by, and I'm wondering what is going on. I get an email from the Raider Image crew that they want to do a background check on me. So with that being said, automatically, I just think that I personally got the job. But once again, you know, they could just be thinking, you know, that I could still just be on the bubble. I don't know. But me personally, when you hear a background check, obviously they want to know more, or they want to know, you know, they want to confirm, you know, if they should really put me on the team. But that, let me remind you, that is not the job that I have my intentions for. I personally asked, you know, the lead board, what is going on with my application? You know, are they forwarding it? Are they looking for other candidates? Are they still making a decision? What's on their mind about it? Because I would like to know. You know, I've been overthinking this about over a month now. So about 2 or 3 hours go by and I get that response. This is when I'm super nervous. So here it is right here. They tell me, thank you for reaching out. So right then and there, I'm just like, but as I continue to read on, the hiring manager has made the decision to select you to receive an offer for the position. Thank you for your patience, and you should be receiving further communication from the team on the next steps. That only means one thing. I got the job! You feel me? I got the job! You feel me? Oh! I'm gonna be working for the Raiders! But nah, anyways, man, I'm super happy for the position. You know, let me be the example to say that anything that you feel, or anything that you want to put your mind to or work for it. You know, obviously I feel like this is a great opportunity for me. I'm super excited to start when season begins. That's all I have for you, though. I appreciate you guys for still tuning in to me. I apologize for how long it took for me to upload once again. My name is Kwanzi. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, tap the notification bell, and follow all my social media in the description box below. I appreciate all the love and support you guys give me. My message to the Las Vegas Raiders is thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm super excited to start. I can't wait to be a part of the Black and Silver. And Josh Jacobs, if you're reading this, man, I can't wait to see all the routes you're going to be running this fall. You guys have a good one. All right, I love y'all.